Alright, so we made it out here for round 2 of the MB Drift Comp. So today's just a practice day. I'm gonna go over the car and we'll get the defrost hooked up because I run out of time. The wipers last night, I cranked the car, they just magically started working, but not real good, like really slow. So that tells me I still got power, everything's working, it's just the motor's locked up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and change that motor out because it's definitely gonna rain today. And yeah, just kind of hang out and get some ride-alongs with some friends. Well, when I say working, they come up this far. So I gotta try to get them parked so I know where to put the new motor. But it should be fun. Not really a hard motor to change. All right, so this is exactly why the motor's bad. Like I've always said, there's little udders down there that you have to milk, get the leaves out of them. They get stopped up and this thing just sits in water. Like all this is just wet, nasty mess. Well, looks like we got a burnt wire. Maybe a signal wire. Because the wipers didn't used to cut off by themselves. You'd have to manually cut them off. That is terrible. Alright, so we got the wipers working. They're actually working the way they're supposed to. Now I just got to get this vacuum line hooked up to my defrost vent so the defrost will work because the window was fogging up last time. No wipers. It was terrible. So we're gonna get this all hooked up. I had to take the coil pack off to be able to get back in here to get to this. It's really tight. So I got me some vacuum line. We're gonna hook this up and get it going. All right, so we went out for 4 laps, really good laps, and the tires are pretty much smoked. As you can see, I could probably pull another half a degree of camber, or add a half a degree of camber to this side, well, positive camber to this side, and fix that little bit of tire wear, but for the most part, that is good. The other side's pretty good. Other side's wearing even. But yeah, car's doing good. All right, so we're back from the event. I really didn't record a whole lot of stuff as far as the competition side of things. I do have, as you've seen, a few clips here and there, but I didn't record a whole lot because my head just wasn't really into it. Saturday had a great day. As always, Saturdays, like, the competition really messes with me. You know, I can drive really good during fun runs, which I should keep it fun either way it goes. But when it comes down to the competition side of things, I let things get to my head and I fumble bad. So as you've seen in the clips, I kind of really screwed things up. It was raining pretty hard when I went to go out, and I set my tire pressure like what I've learned it likes in the rain, which is around 25 PSI on a 180 tread wear tire. So I had it set up for that, gripped up, and once we got into it, they had 3 one more time battles back to back. And the rain quit as soon as I pulled out. And as I pulled out, rain quit. I sat there for almost 30 minutes. Track started drying up, and that really screwed me. I went out for a sight lap because they gave me a sight lap because the rain quit. And when I done that, I threw the car in and the car gripped up super hard. So I knew right then things were not gonna be good. So I went out and we're done our lap. I threw it in a little harder than I didn't throw it in as hard as I should have, and the car gripped up again, and it was done from there. So me being in my head, one thing that really helped me was sitting on grid, having somebody in the car to talk to, and playing with the radio. I know it sounds crazy, but listening to music while I'm sitting on grid helped me a lot. So I think I'm gonna hook this thing up with a little radio, just because it's still got a stock stereo. And in Rockingham, there's like 4 stations to listen to, and I absolutely hate listening to radio stations. It's like, it gives me anxiety to have to listen to a commercial. So that being said, things are gonna be better the next event. For one, the course layout they had was a little tricky for a lot of people. And normally I'm using first gear in this car, hard as that is to believe. And having to go to it, I've never had to drift in second gear unless I'm doing like a big long sweeper. But anything tight and technical has always been first gear. And the run up on this course was pretty long, so I had to use second gear. And the Vette's a little notchy to shift, so going back to first was just a little too much. And once you get through the course a little ways, first gear is just still too short. You can't keep the car hung out far at all. So yeah, we're gonna next event we're gonna do a lot better. Every event I get better and better. This event my hands got really clammy from being nervous and sweaty and having the leather steering wheel. So shout out to my buddy Anthony Woods for actually letting me borrow his gloves. That made a huge difference. So every event I learned something new. It's the whole process. We're learning what to do to win. So this is my first year competing. I'm super happy with how far I'm coming. I qualified 11th this time. Last time it was 7th. So I'm still in the points. I'm 9th in the points right now. So I got my name on the board. So if you please hit that subscribe button and follow along, and yeah, I appreciate you. So we'll see you in the next one.